So what I'm going to do now is show you guys how to make a histogram. And again, I've got the data set up so it's organized from lowest to highest. And over here I'm going to put an interval column. So if you think about a histogram, it's like a bar graph, but no gaps between the bars, indicating the continuous nature of the x variable. In this case, we have the value here. We're looking at a range of 27 to 1,842,863. And looks like we could possibly go up in, actually, to make this easier on all of us, I'm gonna just go ahead and go in intervals of 10,000s. So I'll just write in here 0 and make a nice handy formula here. Previous cell plus 9,999. Let's make this easier on ourselves. Just put in 10,000 here. And I'm going to copy this and make sure that I make enough intervals to cover this massive value of 1,842,000. So let's just see where we're at here. So yeah, we're almost there. Just copy and paste a little bit more. And we'll need to get to 1,800,000. Now this is to make sure the intervals include the entire range of the data set. So there we go. And we'll just cut it off here. So as you can see, my last interval is from 1,840,000 to 1,850,000. And there we go. That will definitely include our last piece of data. So what we're going to do now is determine the frequency of the data in each interval. And what we want to make sure we do is highlight the whole block, including just one past our final interval. And we're going to put a formula in, and the formula tells us the frequency that we have values in each range. So it's going to equal frequency of values that exist in these intervals, and I'm going to close the bracket, hit F2, and then press shift, holding shift, press control, holding shift and control, and then hitting enter. And that just puts the formula into all the cells. Shift, control, enter. Nice. So it looks like we've got a majority of values in the 0 to 10,000 range. So what we can do now is highlight our frequency column here, and insert a regular bar graph. Obviously we're going to want to make this a lot bigger so we can see, and it's really tough with huge outliers, but we got to do what we can. We're going to also right click, format the data series, right click on any bar, and we're going to just get rid of that gap. Close. Alright, so it's pretty tough when there's such a spread with the data, in this case, to make a really nice histogram. But we got to do what we can and go ahead and lay out our chart title and axis titles and make sure we get all that info down. So comparing this to the previous dot plot, get a little bit more information about the distribution. Unfortunately, we don't have the actual categories on the axis. Rather difficult with Excel to do that, but we can always refer to our data set knowing that we've got a certain frequency in each interval category.